All right, guys, welcome to another episode of In the Sheds. I'm here with Daniel. Daniel, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you, mate. Brother, we're here finally. I've seen this car in the flesh. You want to tell us a little bit about it for the people that may have not seen this thing before?
Yeah, it's a 1972 Datsun 1600 chassis car. It's powered by a Barra.
Yep.
And a 2-speed power glide and sheet metal 9-inch.
It just doesn't sound like the norm. Like,
No.
How did it come about? Tell me from the moment you got it, when you got it, to how the fuck it's evolved to this animal.
From the start?
Yeah, bro, let's go.
All right. So
We got time.
I used to hang around a guy back in the day that was a Datsun nut.
Yep.
And
Are you a Datto fan?
Not crazy Datto fan, but I was hanging around him at the time. He was a mad Datto nut, and we found this thing. It was like a bit rusty,
Yep.
burgundy color,
Yep.
but it was engineered for an FJ20 turbo,
Yep.
which was pretty.
That's what they come out with? Or
No, like L16, I think they
Okay,
are.
sure.
But yeah, I think it's very rare to find one engineered with an FJ, so it was
Yep.
a pretty cool car back
Yep.
then. And it was just
How long ago are we talking?
before I was married, so at least 11, 12 years ago,
Yep.
maybe even more.
Yep.
Yeah, long time ago. Yeah, the plan was just to get it running again, clean it up a bit, tidy it up, and then just, cruise it and
Yep.
blah, blah, blah. And then the car just sort of sat there for a while. Didn't really do much with it. And then I had an idea to put a 2J in it, I think, at the time, because another guy that was hanging around at the time had a 2J in his VS, and
Yep.
it was cool.
Yep.
Like, street driven was really cool.
Yeah. And this is still back all those years ago.
Yeah, all those years
that's
ago.
badass.
And then we sort of just let the car sit. It went and got mini tubs.
Yep.
Had a 4-link put in it, and I did nothing with it. The car sat for a very long time. And then I just brainstormed and we decided to build a burnout car.
Yep.
But it went a lot further than what I guess we thought it was going to go.
Yep, as they do. I feel like these things always blow out. Hey?
Yeah, for sure. So initially I was just going to throw a motor in it and let's do it. But then the whole floor got cut out of it. It got a chassis built. And this guy that we used to hang around, he pretty much done the whole car in 6 weeks.
Yeah, wow.
So built the whole chassis, the roll cage, put the blown LS in it,
Yep.
power glide, everything.
Big hat on it or?
Yeah, it had a bug catcher hat on it.
Yeah, sure.
Not
that?
Yeah.
That's cool. Have you got any photos of it?
Yeah, I've got some pictures
Yeah,
of it.
bro, we have to put some of the photos up. That's
I'll show
badass.
you. It's pretty cool. It was cool, but it was a power cruise car. We built it for power play.
Yeah.
So we had 6 weeks of power play, and
Yeah.
this guy pretty much built the whole thing.
Yeah, sure.
It's crazy effort.
Now, you were saying before, sorry to interrupt you, man, we'll have a look in a minute, but you do a lot of this stuff yourself.
Back then I didn't.
Yeah.
This guy did it all, but
Yeah.
now I do.
Yeah, mad. Yep. So we've gone from where it was back then with the bug catcher and LS and stuff in it. What's the next evolution?
So I took the blower off it.
Yep.
And we done a burnout comp,
Yep.
and I hated it.
Sure. What didn't you like?
Just, I don't know, maybe can't drive for shit.
Brother, I've seen you drive, man.
No, but like that whole circle, I don't know,
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's not your jam.
I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I did not like it. I didn't feel comfortable.
I went to my first ever Barra-powered video, I don't know what we call it, it's like a one-day one. Man, the guys that drive those things, man, just top gear. I've said this on so many of these episodes, top gear and just foot to the floor and just no mechanical sympathy.
Mental.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy drivers.
Man.
Yeah.
They must have deep wallets, bro, because their engines aren't cheap and they're just smashing shit out the side of them. I'm like, it's crazy.
It's mental.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just didn't enjoy it.
Sure.
So I ended up taking the blower off it and selling it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go a turbo LS setup.
Oof.
And then my friend at the time started a new company doing barras.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, it'd be cool if we put a barra in it. I'm like,
Had many been done before?
in a Datto?
Yeah.
No, I don't think there was one.
So you'd be the first, technically. Yeah, mad.
I don't think there was one.
Yeah. I feel like there's still many. I haven't seen another one. There might be something out there, but.
I think there are a few now.
Yep.
I've
Nothing
seen-
to this level, but.
No, nothing to this level.
Yep.
But I have seen a few out there now. I think most people just put like a cammed gas motor in there.
Sure.
Or rod and piston gas motor. And
Yep. Off you go.
yeah, so we put the barra in.
Yep.
Then it just evolved. Like we put a 2-speed glide in it.
Yep.
And then that came out, and now that's in that.
Yep.
Because it was a bit more of a mold box.
Yep.
And it just had a small turbo on it.
Yep.
35.
Yep. That's the turbo up
there.
Yep.
Yep. And yeah, it was just like power cruise or whatever.
Yep.
But it sort of never went anywhere because it was really hard to drive. Like,
Sure.
It was cool to do burnouts in.
Yep.
When it had the LS in it.
Yep.
But to actually try and drive it in a straight line, the steering was just not there.
Sure.
The thing was
So it
like,
wasn't very practical.
no.
Yep.
It-
And you always wanted to street it or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ideally, I wanted
Yep.
a mad street car.
Sure.
A really low mad street car.
Yep.
But it was really hard. Like the thing felt like a boat.
Yep.
As soon as it broke traction, it wanted to throw you into a pole. Like it just.
Which is probably good for a burnout car.
Yeah.
Yep.
But not for a street car.
Fuck no.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
So I was like, no. So I literally just parked it up and I was like, nope, we're not.
I feel like a
doing
short
this.
wheelbase car too would be a handful to drive.
Yeah. It's all right now.
Yep.
But yeah, back then it was.
Yeah.
And then I think we pulled off a dyno one day and it had a knock in the engine and that was the end for me. I was like, no, I'm done. Park this thing. So I parked
I feel
it.
like everyone has that story where they're like, fuck cars, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I was over it. I had.
How long did it last?
Before I was over it?
Well, yeah, when you were like, oh, I'm back on.
A couple years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Sure.
maybe a couple years.
Okay.
Because then I had started having kids and we had moved into a house and I
Yep.
think life just sort
Life
of took
gets in the
over.
way.
And then one day I was hanging out with my mates and I was like, you know what? I actually even had sold the engine, or partially sold the engine.
Yep.
Like I was like, done a deal and I was like, yeah, no. And then one day I'd sit with some mates and we're like, you know what? Let's paint this thing.
Sure.
Let's put an engine back in it.
Yep.
Let's put some mad wheels on it and
Yep.
let's do some of that. And we would joke like, oh, we'll make top 50.
Yep.
Because my friend, the one who looks after all the paint and body on it,
Yep.
yeah, he did all the paint. He was just a really good painter. And at the time, we were just like being smartasses. And we're like, yeah, we'll do top 50.
Yeah.
And that's how.
A few drinks involved, sort of
For
type
sure.
of- Yeah.
For sure.
I feel like all good things
Every
start with a few.
yeah, for sure. And then, yeah, so that kicked it off. I hope I'm not missing anything here, but yeah, I'm pretty sure like that kicked it off.
Yep.
I put the engine back in it. We put the 42 on it. I got a box built for it.
Yep.
At the time. And yeah, I think I'd done a summer nats in it.
Yep. What's that like, bro? Summer nats. I've never gone before. I'm going for my first time this year. Like, what's a piece of advice you'd give a newbie?
I don't enjoy summer nats
Yep.
as much as I enjoy the nightlife.
Sure.
Like, as in the street driving,
Yeah.
the street
The
cruising,
Yep.
the activities.
Yeah.
That's a lot more fun than summer
Okay.
nats to me.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's fun to have a few drinks and get pissed with your mates and have a laugh. But
Yeah.
like last year, we stayed good during the day so we could take this out cruising in the night.
Yeah, right.
And like I drove it as it is.
Sure.
Like
And no hassles or
Not
anything
really.
like that? No, cool.
not until I broke the tie rod off the front.
Yep.
And then we parked it up and went home. But before
So,
then.
bro, I've got to ask, top 50? Did you make top 50 or what's it go?
Nah, just it never happened. We just
feeling-
didn't care after
sure.
that.
Okay.
So sort of that was I feel the initiation to start getting the car ready.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the end result of the car. The end result by the time we got up to this stage was get it done and ready for oztalk.
Sure.
Which was the 𝐄𝐍𝐉𝐻𝐿
Yep.
runway
Yep.
airstrip thing. And my mate Mus, he's sort of
Massimo?
Yeah.
Yeah. I met him at Roll Racing Sydney a couple of times ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
good dude, man.
Yeah, really nice.
Really nice dude.
And he's really involved. Like he loves all the suspension side of things.
Yep.
He's actually pretty good on a laptop too. So when it was Fuel Tech,
Yep.
he did all of that.
Yeah, right.
He was my track tuner.
Sure.
When we won multiple races.
Yep.
Which was 𝐷𝐿𝐒. So
Yep.
the car was being built up until that
Yep.
point.
Yep.
And we went out there first event and won.
Yep, bam.
6-cylinder.
Yep, of course.
Which was really good. And then, yeah, we had a really good couple of years with it. Actually, we
Yep.
hit it hard. We did 2-wheel drive night roll racing. We won.
I feel like this was in everything, man. If there was an event,
Yeah.
that car was there for a period of time, mate.
We did the Hoonigan,
Yep,
the this
yep,
versus that,
yep.
and just lost by one race.
Uh-huh.
Then we won 𝐶𝐿,
Yep.
rear-wheel drive shootout and 6-cylinder.
That's badass.
And then the next year came and we went to Motec,
Yep.
and I came second in 6-cylinder and I came second in the $5,000 shootout.
Yep. What one?
They done like a little buy-in
Yeah,
sort
of
of
course.
thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Draw some chips, which
Yep.
was
Perfect.
cool. That's exactly what I've always wanted to do.
Yeah. That's the old school way to do it, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was really fun.
Yep.
I wish there was more stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think what I was saying just before, I think it's slowly catching on, but is it going to be enough? Like in America, man, you go out any night of the week there, people are prepping the streets and doing it, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just don't think we have the people,
I think
but
it's a lot stricter here too.
oh, brother, man, you can't even fart sideways without getting pulled over these days, man. I feel like this place is, it's like too heavily governed, you know what I mean? Like other places in the world, there's less rules and there's less fuck-ups.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion, but.
Yeah.
So the car's gone from there to where you are now. It's had a massive turn forward even further.
Yeah. So I think like after we got into this stage of the car, I sort of really pushed myself to start learning how to do things myself.
Yeah.
More just the being able to keep on going.
Yeah.
I
When you
feel-
say keep on going, what do you mean?
Like to continue to keep racing
like the evolution of it.
Yeah, but like it's really hard to, if you're constantly paying people to do things for you. And I'm not saying that it shouldn't be done like that, but I'm just saying that as a racer, to keep trying to race and go further and move forward and progress, I had to learn how to do a lot of the chassis stuff.
And I feel like, especially if you're racing and there's no one there to help, you've got to be able to do it yourself, right?
Yeah.
I was just saying the same thing. We had chat with Troy, and the more you can learn about your car, the more you understand it, the more the sounds, the noises, the feel, you can understand what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. It's things you pick up on along the way, I guess.
And you've had this thing for a long time.
Very long time.
Yeah.
And it's been a good solid 3 years of racing. Like,
Yeah.
And I do have a good group of friends behind me. Like, like I said, the painter body guy, Versace Bodyworks, they always look after the car for me. Even the wing, and when I need things done, I just take it to him and he gets it done.
Well, that's the thing, like we were saying before, is you gravitate to the people that you sort of hang around, and if they're car mad people, everyone can sort of help someone, or everyone knows someone who'll be able to help you in some way, shape or form. That's a good thing about the car scene, I find.
Yeah, and I don't think everybody's like that. I think you meet certain people that are very willing to help and very nice. Like I was saying before, people like 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒, just extremely nice people that would rather share knowledge than, there's a lot of spite people out there.
And I mean, I think that's a good thing, because if you can help someone, they can help someone, it drives for a better sport, more people get involved, more racing, more people. It's only going to make the sport better.
For sure. And like, even I have an Instagram page for the car, and I really try to...
Hold it 2 seconds. What is the page too, bro, for anyone that's watching this?
It's Asphalt Anarchy.
Asphalt Anarchy, We're going to put a little link down the bottom there. Get on it. Give it a follow.
Which is like, it was something I made up because I wanted to do events.
Yeah.
The car is not Asphalt Anarchy, but it was just something that we made up because I really wanted to do no prep events.
Yeah. And the car's called Rotton Olive?
Yeah.
How the fuck did that come about?
I watch a lot of YouTube, and there was a
Hopefully
guy...
you watch this channel.
Yeah, and there was a guy in America that had a bad apple, and I felt like this car always looked like an olive color, so I was like, call it the Rotton Olive.
Yeah, perfect.
I just love, I feel like America's massive for the names.
Car names, 100%.
And we're big for number plates, but like
it's like the Burnout thing. It's like every car's known by a Burnout, but America. I feel like they've got so many more characters too, Like,
for sure.
I think that's what's missing, this is my opinion again, but in the drag scene, and there's a few characters, but it's very like simplified, I feel like there's more people hype it up, even if it's friendly banter or whatever. People want to go watch that shit.
Yeah, for sure. It was cool, and going back to the Instagram page, I really tried to answer a lot of questions and speak to people. When they ask me things about suspension and how we get it to work so well, I'm very transparent. I tell everything. Amen. I don't feel like you need to try and hide stuff, because ultimately at the end of the day, you can give them all the information if
they've got to make it work.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Like, this car was not set up right, and we still made it work.
Yeah, some people won't do that, but hey, because it's like, well, no, you pay for my intellectual property.
I don't agree with that at all.
No, fair enough. I respect that too. So the car now? You've just done a shitload more upgrades. We're going to get under and have a look into this thing in a minute. Can we shine underneath it, or? Yeah, fucking
it's not special.
This thing has, it's a work of art, basically, right?
It is nice.
Yeah, it is very nice.
I enjoy making it nicer.
Yeah. What's your favourite type of race? Obviously, this thing's done it all, but if there was one event where you're like, fuck, this is it, like, what would you do?
Future or
just in general? Like, do you like roll racing more? Do you like drag racing?
I absolutely hate roll racing.
Sure.
Kenda.
Yep.
I'd love to do Kenda.
Yep.
I'd love to do a full season. Let me go back to roll racing. I like roll racing.
Yep.
I just don't like the I just feel like when you drag race, it's a light.
Brother, 100%.
You know what I mean?
I was having this conversation the other day, like at Queensland roll racing, there's always drama. I don't know how it is in Sydney.
Sydney's worse.
Yeah, right, I could imagine.
It's a light, you stage, you go on green. You don't go on green, you go red. Whereas there, they've got the speed limit, they've got the you jumped, you've got to follow the left lane, but if the right lane's before you, it just...
Yeah, too many rules.
I don't enjoy it.
Yeah. The wind is going 3 degrees more,
And it's a good atmosphere, and they do crazy crowds, and it's really fun. But to be going there all the time in the competitive side of things, I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, sure.
It's a bit too much.
The drag racing thing, bro, 100%. Pre-stage, stage, go on green. Bam. Who gets to the end fastest wins.
Yeah,
keep it simple. So prep stuff mainly, or?
Only because I've never done prep stuff. Like the car's never been on a track. It's only just about to get teched. Finally. I only just put belly pans on it.
Brother, I was saying this thing before, like, I've always been about the street, and I love the street stuff with the cars that I've had. And then the guys that built my car, Danny and Andy was like, mate, wait till you let go of that button the first time. He was like, brother, you'll never look back. And you can use 1400 on the street, but then when you go and let go of a button and you're using that instantly, and then you can ramp more, brother, there's no feeling like it.
I feel like it's the same thing. Like I say to Mus, I say to him all the time, like, roll racing is fun. I said, but when you're on the trans brake and you let off that button and it works, it's the craziest feeling.
It's better than any drug.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And that's why I really want to do prep stuff, because we can really turn it up and really try to get after it. But I also am really getting ready for next year's no prep season.
Yeah, cool.
Which is that MPRA.
Yep, okay. Johnny Habib.
John Habib, yeah.
Yep.
And that.
Man, I was down here the other day, I watched them and him and Krieger have a bit of a race.
Yeah.
And he let the shootout at the start.
How funny was that?
Man, I laughed so hard.
But I also feel like I like that side of racing because everybody's just a laugh.
Yep.
Like
and it's the characters, the banter.
that is a character.
Yep.
Like
we need more of that.
Them two betting money and having a laugh and their mates, and like I enjoy it. Like that's why I enjoyed 𝐶𝐿 so much, because it's just a good atmosphere compared to going to like Eastern Creek and racing.
That's what I feel like the radio, like I love the radio stuff just because my car's radio, but I feel like we need more of that, and like the friendly, even if you're having a bet with some mates, hype it up, you know, because the people that don't know there's a bet going on, they're on the internet like, oh, fucking, I'm going to bet you $500, I'm going to blow your doors off, and then all of a sudden that gets shared, and you're like, oh, let's go watch these guys. You know, it's friendly banter and it's fun.
But even like our Wednesday nights, like in the States, their test sessions are crazy. Like it's proper test sessions.
Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, you can go to 10 tracks within 50 Ks.
And they're all racing. Or doing a shootout. Like on a Wednesday night, why do they not do a shootout? Like, let's put up some money and let's put on a shootout.
Bro, you got a really good track down here, hey?
Yeah, very good.
Man, it'd have to be probably the fastest in the world, or fastest in Australia, sorry.
In Australia, No, it is good, but I think we need more tracks, and people have got to start stepping it up a bit.
I feel like the drags, there's not many people go watch the drag. Like you get like your winter nationals and stuff. I mean, you go to a radial event and fucking there's not one there. But it's like, it's the best, in my opinion, it's the best style of racing.
Yeah,
so I just don't know what's missing.
I feel like 𝐶𝐿 is doing extremely well with the crowds and the people. Like I think and the shootouts that they put on, the money prizes that they do.
Justin's doing good things, man. He's working hard.
Yeah, I think he's doing killer. I love. That's why I want to do 𝐶𝐿 so bad. Because
would you go down and do Adelaide in Christmas?
I really wanted to go do Adelaide. Is the Bend?
Yeah, the Bend. Yeah.
So my mate Alex Whitehead, the silver XR6.
Okay.
Anyway, he's up there and they're doing 𝐶𝐿 up there. And I really want to take this, which is why I push so hard. But I've got a wedding and I can't make it, and just time clashes, and it's just.
And it is that time of year, silly season.
Oh, for sure. And that was the first one that I really wanted to be at. I really tried hard to do it, but.
February, Queensland.
I'll do February.
Mad.
I'll do that. I just don't know what's involved in going from prep to no prep, like
setting up the car suspension. Like
MPRA is doing a shootout Sydney Dragway, which is pretty much going to be still prep, just throw some hoosies on it. And then they're doing an Anzac Day long weekend out at Wilby, which is going to be super cool.
Where's Wilby?
I think it's about 6 hours away.
Okay.
I'm not too sure the exact.
You're keen. You like a good travel.
Oh man, I've been to Queensland 4 times.
I
love it. I love the drive. I usually take my family with me.
Nice.
Load up the big trailer.
Speaking of family, what do you got? Kids, wife?
So my wife Maria, which is super supportive of all of this. I mean,
speaking of, sorry to interrupt, but this is how good these people are. I've just rocked up. She's made platters and shit, put some drinks on. This is the fucking best hospitality ever. Guys watching these next ones, come on, you got to level up, man. No, but sorry, tell her thank you.
But she loves it just as much as I do. She comes everywhere with me.
She's car nut.
She loves cars.
Does she get in and drive it?
Nah. She would if I pushed her to. She's not scared. Like she's had good cars. But she just loves it. She loves it. Her dad's a big
she loves
car
it that you enjoy it so much?
Yeah, for sure.
Mad. And the little ones?
Yeah, they all come. I got eldest daughter, middle daughter, and then my son. And they've all been with me, even from babies when they were first born.
They love cars?
They love it, yeah. They're in.
What's easier, bro? Girls or guys? Or girls or boys?
Boys.
Yeah, sure.
No, my girls are good because I feel like they're daddy's girls, but my son's just chill. Sure. So easy.
How old?
Just over 1. Yeah.
How long until he'll be driving that, you reckon?
Oh, mate. 16 he's got to be in there.
That long? You'll have the car in 16 years?
Yeah, for sure.
Was this a car you'll never get rid of?
I'll never get rid of it.
Yeah, mad.
Just because I put so, like, I actually have no interest in that.
Which is a fucking nice car, dude.
But I just have no interest in it. Sure. If my wife wasn't so in love with it, it'd be gone.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't get me.
Sure. Well, the people would die for something like that.
Yeah, I know. I do want to do something with it. I'd like to LS it. It's got a power glide in it already. But I'd like to do something a bit more sporty.
Sure.
Wake it up a bit, have a bit of fun in it. But that's her car. She wants to drive it.
Yeah, nice.
She used to drive it all the time, but when it was injected.
What do you do in your spare time, bro? If you get any with the kids and the cars?
Oh man, honestly, my spare time is in this shed.
Yeah, nice. Brother, you have a fucking very nice shed too. We're gonna have a walk around. Man, this is like the ultimate man cave.
I literally work all day and then work all night.
And what do you do, bro?
I'm an electrician by trade,
Yep.
but we have a family business building, manufacturing and selling air conditioning systems for trucks.
What's the business, bro?
𝐿𝐿 Progressive Technologies.
And Sydney based?
Yeah, Speed and Grange.
Yep. So if someone wants to find you guys, best way to get in contact?
Our website,
Yep.
𝐿𝐿DCAC.com.au, or email us.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, we've got over 20 agents around Australia
Yeah,
that
nice.
fit our units to trucks, brand new trucks, second-hand trucks.
Yep. So like cold logistics, sort of those aircon units?
No,
or?
so more like sleeper cab.
Okay, yeah, copy that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep.
as you know, we do heating, cooling.
Yep.
And yeah, it's battery lithium powered. So
Yep. And that funds the race cars?
sometimes they give me some good sponsorship over the years.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard obviously.
Yep. And what made you want to be a Sparky, man?
My dad.
Sure, he's a Sparky as well.
Same reason why I got into cars. My dad.
What was your first ever car, dude?
Oh, first ever car, I had a Honda Prelude.
Oh, was it like sex spec or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Queen
mate.
Street.
Yeah, sick.
But I learnt how to drive in my dad's turbo Mighty Boy.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
1.3 turbo?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, old school.
Fuck.
It was fun.
I bet it was.
But my dad was fully into cars when I was young, which
Yep.
made me fully into cars. And then as I grew older, he got out of cars.
What was your first memory of him with one of his nice cars?
Oh man, he's had heaps. RX4s,
Oh, yes.
GDRs.
Yep. 32s, 33s.
Yeah, 32s, 33s. Used to import them for a while and
Yeah,
sell
sick.
them.
Yep. How's crazy is the price? Like something back then is probably a couple of grand now.
Oh, for
Fuck,
sure.
100.
Used to sell them for like fucking 28 grand. Get rid of them, and now they're worth a fortune. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
just car nut.
Yeah, and always sort of been the more Japanese import sort of style
Yeah,
cars.
he loved it all. The
Yeah.
turbo. And he used to do the same stuff.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was just an electrical and mechanical business. So
Yeah.
he used to just do the same sort of thing I'm doing now, like
Yep.
turbocharging cars
Yep.
himself,
Yep.
building his own intercoolers.
Yeah, mad.
You know, back then, obviously, it was a lot harder to do stuff. So
I feel like the technology's come so far these days.
sure,
eh?
for sure, it definitely has. Even like computer stuff in cars is
Totally.
crazy. Like,
Well, where do you stop? Like,
Oh, for
how
sure.
much faster can these things get, really? Like,
I feel like sky's the limit.
yeah.
Depends on how willing.
With the fuel side of things and then the tuning side or the technology side there, like everything's just getting that much power. Like 5 years ago, you wouldn't have gone, oh, Pro Mod making 5,000 horsepower. Like,
Yeah,
you just
for
wouldn't think about it. But now it's like the norm.
Yeah, even like traction control setups.
Yeah.
And like we test this thing sometimes in Mexico.
Yeah.
And
Closed roads, but
closed roads.
Yep. We
And,
don't condone street racing on this channel either. Just quietly.
Never.
Never.
And man, sometimes there's like bumps or ripples in the road,
Yep.
and you watch like my Motec on my dash. It gives you like 2 LED lights when the
Yep.
traction cuts in,
Yep.
and you could be bang up at second gear,
Yep.
well into it, and it'll hit the ripple, and you'll watch the 2 lights just go doot doot, and the car just settles and just it
Wow.
doesn't stop or slow it down. It just whatever it does, it does it, and we just keep going.
I'd love to know the time that it's gone detected, cut, change, do whatever, before you've gone, okay, how long is it taking me to
Yeah.
register that, you know what I mean? Like it'd be, I couldn't even say. Like,
Yeah, you couldn't even say. It's
Millionths of a second.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I feel like Motec, and I'd say there are some other things like Davies boxes and stuff, but
Yeah.
Motec would be one of the most sophisticated and the quickest
Totally.
one. It's incredible.
And they've come a long way as well. Why do you go Motec?
Because I was heavily involved with precision racing,
Yep.
and Aaron, the owner, is a
Yep.
Motec nut.
Sure.
Like,
And
everything
obviously
is
if he's
Motec.
working on it, he wants the best behind it.
Yeah, and we had the fuel tech, and
Yeah.
like I said before, you know, we had some ups and downs with it. And in fuel tech's defense too, it was probably an older fuel tech. So,
Yeah.
but man, this thing is like a Camry. Like you start it up, it starts up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
drive it, it drives.
But that's a sick Camry.
Yeah,
That's a
but
fucking
it's
good
just
Camry.
it's awesome. It's like driving buying a car from the factory. Like
Yeah, sure, wow.
it doesn't matter what temperature it is.
Yeah.
It'll start and run and idle.
And
Perfect.
you can get in and just go for a cruise anytime. Like
Anytime.
it's comfortable to drive.
Anytime.
Yeah, sick.
Sunday morning, 6 a.m. We're taking it to the car show up the road.
Do your neighbours like cars?
Yeah, he's a car. Like they love cars.
Yep, yep.
Them I don't know too much.
Yeah, sure. I feel like this thing it's pretty noisy, or can be.
Oh, this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. But
Yeah.
Silverdale as a whole is a car
Yeah, right.
community.
Sure.
Like,
As I was saying before, like the drive out here, it feels like, I wouldn't say going back in time, but it's like, it's beautiful, it's quiet, it's nice. Fucking 40 minutes that way, you're in the CBD of Sydney and you're like, fuck, this
yeah,
is
it's
crazy.
crazy. Well, they have like a cars and coffee thing at
Oh,
Warragamba.
beautiful. Yep.
And man, the blown cars,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the tough Commodores and Fords that go out there, all Silverdale cars.
I feel like that's largely, like in Queensland, it's the same. You go out on a bit of property and hidden away in all these barns are like tough old cars.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
They're just guys that like to cruise it locally.
Yeah, sure. Brother, 3 cars. Now, a daily, a race car, and a fuck you car. What would it be, bro?
Oh man, that's hard. Daily, I'd love, I think, one of those F-150s.
Oh, yeah.
twin turbo
Same,
Coyote
bro,
thing.
yeah. They're badass. Man, have you seen those guys over Manny over in America? Man,
I watch all of them.
street racing, any amount of money, anyone. He's just putting calls out. Anyone want to race anywhere, any tire? Let's go. That's
just
sick.
Cool truck, dude.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
drive
yeah.
it all day, every day, and then when you want to kill, you put on kill.
It'd be sick if you could get him here.
I think eventually they'll come.
Yeah.
I think just for now, everything's so slow to come over.
Oh, yeah. I feel like we're so far behind with the 𝐶𝐿e stuff as well. Like, not many people do them here.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They're a cool deal. So, yep, F-150.
Yeah, race car, old like chassis built, start to finish race car.
Whatever. It could be anything, bro. It could be something like a circuit car. It could be whatever race car you
So
want.
my ultimate drag car that I one day will build, I want to build a chassis table and do it here.
Yeah.
Is a new style Mustang.
Yeah, cool.
What are they? I forgot what they're called.
S550?
S550?
Yeah, yep.
I think Profab done one, a silver one once.
Oh, yeah. So,
slammed on the ground.
a friend of mine, Daniel's bought that.
Ah.
So he's bought that, changed the colour. That should be coming. Actually, that reminds me, we should get him on for an episode of this. He's got a cool combo that too good of a deal to actually. I don't know if I'm saying too much here, but it's going to be coming out soon. It's going to be badass.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm not going to say too much.
But that's ideally what I want to do. I want a full blown radial or no prep, really low to the ground car.
Yeah.
And I really love the shape of them things. They're just cool,
for sure.
especially with the big wing on the back.
Too. Yeah, fuck yeah. And then the fuck you car, what would that be?
What do you mean by fuck you?
So it could be anything. It'd be like just like a fuck you to society or to anyone, man. Just something obnoxious.
Oh man, I don't know. I'd love to build a blown street car, a blown car.
Yep.
As a fuck you car.
Sure. Something loud, cranky.
Yeah, just loud. Something you probably shouldn't drive anywhere, but
yeah, but you do. Just methanol drinking, side pipe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd love that. Have you seen that cranky 𝐇𝐿𝐄, the orange one?
Oh yeah, that's nice.
That's
a
what
few boys around here got some really cool cars.
Yeah,
like really cool blown cars. A lot of Proflow boys live around here.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, man.
They do some cool stuff, hey.
Yeah, they cruise them, street cruise them.
Mad.
Everywhere.
I love that.
You hear them all the time.
I love that. And there's always convoys of them too, hey?
Yeah.
Every caravan I've come to down here, there's always a mad presence of them.
Yeah, they all come in together. It's really cool. It's a cool vibe. It gives the whole area a cool vibe.
What's the plan with the car for 2025?
2025, I want to finish getting it teched.
Yep.
We're going to take it to WSID and test it for the rest of the year.
Yep.
On a Wednesday night, low prep.
Yep.
To try and get it quick to the 8th.
Yep.
On a slick.
Yep.
And then 2025, I want to do the no prep season.
Yep.
And if I can manage to swap it around to do the Kenda as well,
yep.
I will do it. If it's not too big of a change with the car,
setups.
because
of course.
mainly it's just falling bars and weights.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. That's I really want to hit a hard racing, set the trailer up, and just go.
Yeah, sure. Live the dream.
Work and drive.
Amen. Should we have a look at the car?
Let's do it.
Let's have a walk around this thing. Show you guys what we've been talking about and just how cool this car actually is. So, brother, tell us a little bit about it. Obviously, while we're walking around.
So precision built Barra.
Yep.
Rods, pistons, stock crank, grout filled.
Yep.
Heavily ported head, obviously valve springs, valves, the lot.
Yep.
HC2 cams, and then plasma man cooler, inlet manifold, twin injectors. Yeah, 85, 82 pulsar.
And you've done a lot of this pipe work and stuff yourself, hey?
Yeah, everything.
Wow.
So like I'm putting limiters on it at the moment.
Yep.
I haven't finished them yet.
Yep. And how much travel you get out of those?
Oh, they go all the way. They'll go all the way.
Yeah, but like those shocks there.
Oh, they're 9-inch shocks.
Wow.
So that's an inch off, but this thing will be like half a meter in the air.
Yeah, mad.
It really transfers weight.
Yeah, perfect.
But yeah, like obviously did all the firewall.
Yep.
All the chassis work.
And that tin work. And you've done all that yourself, man. Like, that's incredible, hey?
Yeah. It's not like perfect, but
I mean, for someone to do that, like self-taught, that man, like, give yourself some credit, bro. That's sick.
Or like the clips, the whole front end comes off. It's got the trees.
How much easier is it to work on when you just pull the front off?
Oh man, the car is easy in general. Like,
so much room.
Yeah. I sent a picture to my mates last night and they're like, it needs to be lower.
Yep.
So I pulled some springs down, jacked it up, popped the springs out, put new springs in it and slammed it on the ground.
Let's have a look around the other side, bro. What's going on here? Wheels?
Yeah, so weld wheels.
Yep.
Single B-lock rears.
Yep.
17-inch fronts.
Yep.
I want to change them to a spindle mount.
Yep. Just for weight or?
Just for how cool they are.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, not for anything like that. But yeah, I just redid all the tubs in it.
Yep. Can we have a look inside the tubs, right?
Yeah, we just can't open the back doors. Because it's 4-door, obviously I've had to chop out all the
of course.
Door. But the door trims are back in and everything, so yeah, you can have a look.
Here's the business. Wow, it looks very snug, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is pretty.
You fit in all right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a short person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just redid all them,
Yep.
all the tubs.
How good.
Set it all up, made a new tunnel for it. And
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I literally, apart from paint and setting up the car and tuning it, I do everything.
That's so cool, dude.
So like, yeah, the
And
fab, the wiring.
And the paint, like, that is just, it's immaculate.
Yeah, and my mate that paints the car literally does everything. So chooses the color. So he chose this color. I didn't know what color to paint it, and he was like, "We painted this color."
Yep.
And then I really wanted to do. I seen some guys in, I think they're in Queensland. They did like a bronze matte finish Barra in a ute, and I was like, man, I want to do something. I don't know what would look good, but I don't want to copy them. And he's like, oh, leave it with me. So he comes up with all the color combos.
Yeah, nice. Man, it suits it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's really good.
Yeah, cool.
And yeah, like I said, drops everything all the time to get it done, which is awesome.
The wing on the back.
Yeah, so I designed this on CAD, laser cut it, folded it, and yeah, I just really wanted a wing that followed all the body lines.
I was literally about to say that, man. Like, you've got it suiting all those little lines on
Even
it.
in the top.
Yeah, that's badass.
And then
It's all those attention to details too, which make it look better, hey?
yeah, for sure. It's just cool little things that.
Full little pro mod.
Yeah.
I think we had that little joke with you before. Like, it's literally like a little pro mod.
Yeah, no, well, I made this for it the other day because I couldn't mount the parachute. So
Yeah, sick. And obviously the sponsors on the back.
Yeah.
The businesses that have helped out, hey?
yeah, man, all these guys, even 24/7 hose and fittings.
Yep.
𝐵𝐔𝐾𝐒 Solutions, they do all my brakes and suspension.
Yep.
All the front is custom Fox body.
Yep.
So
Fox body.
everything's
Now we're
Fox
talking.
body, yeah.
They're the best cars.
Yeah, so he's custom done everything for me.
Yep.
MBR is Muss. He does all
Yep.
my race stuff.
Yep. Big
and
shout out
precision
to him.
racing, yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, honestly, he's been there from day dot.
Yep.
And when everybody laughed at me, and when I said I was going to take this thing racing, he was there helping me. So
Yep.
that's
And
really cool.
that's even more motivation. Isn't
Oh,
it?
for sure. Like, you know, some of my closest friends were like laughing at me.
Yeah,
so,
right. Fuck, and now you're showing them, hey?
yeah.
Brother, so tell us a little about you now, man. Like, you're saying before you just started up at the gym.
Yeah, we just.
What's the go there?
So initially, my dad had a heart attack
Oh shit.
a little while ago.
Yep.
And then
He's all good?
Yeah, he's good now.
Yep.
Just had like a blocked artery from
Yep.
a massage. Yep. Crazy, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a lymphatic massage or anything like that, or do you know?
I think she was walking on his back and
Fuck.
cracked a broken artery in his neck.
Wow.
And then they didn't realise that it clogged up. And anyway, he had a heart attack.
No happy ending there.
No, no happy. And yeah, and so like when he came back good,
Yep.
after he got better, he started working out at the gym.
Yep.
And then they went on a Europe holiday trip, and
Yep.
he didn't go back when he got back. And I sort of had put on weight, and I wanted to try and lose some weight, and I felt like it'd be good if we did it together because I'll get him back in there.
100%.
Really
How old's old boy?
He's 58.
Yep. Man, fucking way too young.
Yeah, for sure. Dude,
yep,
for
yep.
sure. Yeah, so we started, which I haven't been doing it long.
Yep.
Our first one was this week.
Yep. And you're saying you're fucking sore though?
Oh my god! But I was sore, and it's embarrassing because like I never realised how weak or unfit I was.
Yep.
Until I had
started
10
doing it.
kilos of weight on my bench press, and I couldn't. Fucking
I say this to people, but man, it's like obviously you get your naturally strong motherfuckers, but it's not always about how heavy you lift, it's how you lift it.
Yeah.
So,
And he was like obviously first session.
Yep.
We were doing supersets, so like
Yep.
you'd do the incline bench press, and
Yep.
then you'd run over and do the
yeah.
flyweights.
Sure, yep.
And my god, man, like I
ya.
was forcing myself to finish.
Yep.
For my old man.
Yeah.
And he was doing the same for me.
Mad.
And like it was good.
Yeah.
It was good doing something with him. But
Yeah, solid. And you guys plan to keep doing it together?
yeah, we're gonna keep doing it
Fuck yeah.
because I want to lose weight.
Yeah.
I want to be more fit.
Yeah.
I want to be clearer in the mind,
Yeah, sure.
and I just want to.
Which I feel like those things will definitely help that, eh?
for sure.
Yeah.
Just be an all-round better person.
Yeah, fucking
So,
amen. And be good for the kids too.
for sure. Yeah, I'd come home and be able to play with them and not be
Yeah.
buggered.
You don't smoke?
I do smoke, but
Yep.
only at night time. Like, I'll have one with my wife before we go to bed. I'm
Yeah,
not
sure.
Like
Not
I can go hours.
Pack a
without-
day,
Yeah, I can go a full day.
Yep.
I go full days
Yep.
at work without smoking.
Brother, what's the go? Like the weather. What's the Sydney weather, man? What is that about?
I don't know.
It's just
mate.
started
2
raining.
days ago it was hot and now it's raining.
Man, we're getting some crazy storms up home, eh? Like,
I seen some
brother,
videos on the...
crazy. We had a fucking little cyclone in the river the other day.
Yeah, I seen a video.
Man, shit's wild, man. But yeah, so the gym, 10 kilos, that's the goal?
Yeah, I'd like to lose, I think I'm 106 now. I'd like to get down to, I'd like to get down to low 90s.
Yep.
To be honest with you, if I can lose a bit more than 10, it'd be good.
Yeah, nice.
But I've always been a big person.
I was going to say, bro, you're a solid build, hey?
And I've never really been to the gym.
Yep,
ever.
sure.
Just mucking around when you're kids.
Yeah. And played sports and stuff as a kid?
What is it?
You played sports as a kid?
No.
No.
I did soccer.
Yep.
But
I feel like every Italian kid has to do that, right?
And I sucked at it. I'm not good on games. I don't play games.
Yep.
I'm not good with technology like phones and shit. Like,
But can build a fucking race car.
but I can build race cars.
Amen.
I can do a lot of fabrication stuff, trimming,
Yep.
just wiring. I can do surprisingly, or not surprisingly, I can do a lot better on my own shit than I do on other people's stuff, which is crazy. But
Maybe that's the sign, just work on your own stuff.
I actually turn away a lot of work because I don't enjoy, one, working for a deadline,
Yep.
two, working with expectations
Yep.
because I'm not a professional and everything.
Yeah, sure.
Even fab wise.
Yeah.
So
But I guess if
generally-
it's all your own stuff, you've only got yourself to blame.
yeah, and if it's a little bit not right, I can get over it.
Yeah.
You know, whereas if it's somebody else's, I'll be a bit upset.
Yeah, sure.
And they'll be upset, and I'm not interested in doing
Yeah.
it.
And you don't want to ruin a friendship potentially because, there's, you missed this or did that.
For sure, which I have in the past.
Yeah. What's a piece of advice, bro, you could give yourself 5 years ago?
Personally or car-wise?
Both, bro. Give me both. Hit me with all of them.
Personally, I think be more honest with yourself.
Yeah. What do you mean by that, bro?
I feel like, especially like in my industry and stuff like that, if you can't do things, be honest that you can't do things.
Yeah.
Don't commit to things that you can't do.
Yeah.
I think
like
that's a big one for me.
Sure.
Like I feel like I did that a lot when I was younger.
Is that just because you're trying to please everyone, or?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Do you reckon that's an age thing? Like, as you get older, you realise, like, to just be more straight up?
Yeah, I think you stop caring about
Yeah.
what everybody else cares
Fucking
or
100%.
thinks, and you just want to make yourself happy.
Yeah. I agree with that, man. As I feel like in my early 20s, I thought everyone was looking at me like, oh yeah, I care what they think.
Yeah.
Brother, now I don't give a fuck, man. Like, I'm doing me. I'm trying to live my best life. I'm trying to have the best people around me, and I feel like I can't be happier, man.
And that's my thing right now. I'm happy in the shed.
Amen.
I'm happy doing my racing,
Yeah.
and I'm happy with the people that support me and that are around me.
Yep.
And yeah, that's
Good mates are hard to find too, man. When you find those genuine people,
for sure. Even sometimes good mates. Yeah, but anyway.
everyone has their moments, hey?
Yeah. And then car-wise, if I had some advice for myself when I first started is...
You'd be put a big block in twin turbo.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think I'd say don't cheap out. Don't try and go the long way because in the end, you're always buying anyway.
I feel like there's a story there. Tell me a story. What do you mean by that?
Oh man, I've done hundreds of redos. Like,
is that because you're just trying to save a bit of time or money?
money.
Yeah. What's that saying? Poor man pays twice.
100%.
Yeah.
Poor man, I paid fucking 50 times.
Yeah. Bro, I remember that as a kid. Like when I first got into cars, as an apprentice, you try to skimp on shit.
Yeah.
Man, it ends up biting you in the ass, and then you got to spend twice as much to fix the fuck up or fix more shit that's gone wrong because of that.
For sure. And like even switching over to the Motec, like back then, I remember Aaron just saying to me like, mate, just spend the money.
Yep.
And do it.
You won't
Get
regret it.
all of it because you won't regret it.
Yep.
And I haven't. It's been amazing.
Yep.
And there's a lot of things in life that I've been like, nah, I don't need that. I'll do this. And look, I've got 2 power glides. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
And I feel like the way especially with your thing, man, but the way with a lot of people that I spoke to, the way their cars evolve and how quickly they change, you're better off to sort of overdo it and then you can build up to it. Whereas if you do the limit, then you've got to change so much shit later on.
Sure. And like, it's crazy. Like, like I was saying, excessive parts. Like I've got 3 turbos of Evolution, 2 sets of wheels because I didn't want to buy welds the first time. Sure. I bought the cheap ones, but was never happy with it.
Yeah.
I never fully tubbed the car because I was always worried about doing it. And then, I don't know, you just do things so many times, you might as well just do it first time right.
Yep. Now, brother, what would you say to anyone that wants to get into the cars, if they're a Datto fan, or anyone who's just starting out to want to do something that you're doing? What would you give them as a bit of advice?
Have a go.
Have a go.
Have a go.
Yep.
Get in there and have a go.
Yep.
I feel like a lot of people don't get into it. Number one, due to money.
Yep.
It can cost a lot of money to do
I feel like
this
it's an
stuff.
expensive sport, man.
It's very expensive.
For a hobby too, like we don't even get paid for this shit.
Man, like just to go to Queensland for a weekend can cost you a fortune.
Now, brother, which is a better state, Queensland or Sydney or New South Wales?
For racing?
Well, just in
hold on.
general, brother, just in general.
Oh, New South Wales, for sure. For no prep, Queensland.
Sure. I mean, I feel like, yeah.
For sure. Track racing? I don't know.
Definitely here. Definitely here. You guys got a lot more nice cars. Well, I shouldn't say that. You guys got a lot of fast cars.
No, you guys got a lot of nice cars.
We got a lot of fast street cars.
A lot of Fox bodies.
We're getting more. We need more of them, but man,
Well, my mate Massimo,
Yep.
he's got one.
Yes, sir. Actually, I think he told me about
And
this.
he's building a really cool setup.
Yep. Massimo, we might have to get you on for an episode, brother. What do you reckon?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll G it up.
I was trying to G him up to bring it here for this episode.
Yeah, right.
That's going to be a really cool
Is it
car.
a secret thing at the moment, or?
I don't think it's a secret as such. I just don't think he's the kind of person that just likes to tell people.
Sure. Yeah.
That's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I bet it will be. Man, I love them cars. Like, just out of the factory, they're like the perfect factory race car. They just work.
And the amount of things you can buy for them off the shelf is incredible.
Yeah, just not in Australia.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have to buy it. But same as this thing, like it's got Fox body front end in it.
Yep.
I bought everything from Tin Soldiers.
Yep.
Like,
Of course.
off the shelf.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
It's
badass.
not too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy.
Maybe a Fox body next for you.
Oh man, I'd love one. A sedan?
The notchback or the hatchback?
No, I don't like the hatch.
Hatch. They're not notched. The same one as I've got. So they call that a notchback.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the hatch. I don't know why, man. They're just
Exactly like Daniel's one. The purple
Paso.
one?
Oh, bro, yeah. That's my dream, bro.
That's
yeah.
cracker.
When I first got mine, man, I bought it off his mate Harley. Obviously, they're fucking real close. They buy heaps of Fox bodies. I said to him, I was like, man, look, I want to paint mine purple. I was like, I fucking feel bad because you've already got a purple one. So nah, fuck, don't worry about it, man. Who cares? He's a real good dude, man, and a wealth of knowledge.
I
and
love
we're fucking
that car.
390s, bro.
I love that car.
Crazy.
That whole style of car, that radial low
Yeah.
car is. I honestly have never ever been happy with this car until now.
Yeah, right.
Because I got it to sit low.
Yep.
How I want it.
They look sick when they're slammed.
For sure.
Yeah.
I
I froth that car, man. Like, to me, that's my goal. Like, I want mine to look like that. I want it to sound like that. I want it to be as fast as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sick. Hemi
get that?
twin turbo.
slowly.
Oh man, my next combo is going to be that, but I'm going to get my head around the big block stuff first. Baby steps.
You just recently went Pro Charge, right?
Yeah, Vortec. Yeah. So I bought a combo with a big roller on it. So and starting to get that figured out. But
Yeah.
it's cool. It's just loud. Can't hear shit.
Yeah.
Vibrates everything to pieces. But it's cool.
I'd love next is something bigger.
Yeah, I feel like it's easy. Cubes make power easy. You don't have to wring your neck.
Yeah.
Like my LS thing, like it fucking broke at the drop of a hat. The biggest piece of shit I've ever bought or ever had built. But that's another topic. I won't go into that now. But the amount of power that this big block's making, just like laying over.
Yeah.
That thing was wringing its neck.
Yeah, for sure.
So like it just makes sense.
And that's like, I feel like that's why I want to go V8 or V10
Yep.
because it's just so easy to make power.
Yep.
And it's gonna last.
Yeah, totally. And that's the thing with stuff like this. Like you want longevity.
Yeah.
I feel like racing and longevity just don't go hand in hand. But if you can get a good balance,
Just gotta find it.
yeah. Well, good luck. Hopefully you do, bro.
Yeah, but in the Barra's defense, I have had a really good run.
Yeah.
With if just a bent rod
Yeah.
after all these years.
Can we show the bent rod?
Yeah, for sure. I'll grab it.
So let's have a look at this, guys. Tell them the story, bro, about how you found this.
Okay, so the car's always had low oil pressure due to oversized bearings.
I don't know if you guys can see that.
And after like 2 years of racing it, we decided to bring it in to change the bearings because we just thought that the low oil pressure, they probably wouldn't be that great.
Yep.
So we literally pulled it in the day after a roll race event, drove it into the shop, off the trailer, in the shop.
I can't believe it even drove, man, the way it was.
Yeah, it drove fine. Pulled the sump off, took some caps off, and the bearings were perfect. Like that's a bearing out of it.
Wow.
So the oil pressure did nothing. But then we went in a little bit deeper just to see while we were there, and we noticed that one of the pistons was riding the wall.
Wow.
And so
And obviously did a bit of damage on the wall.
yeah, did a bit of damage on the wall, but we just cleaned, it was a diamond piston, so we just cleaned the piston up, honed the ball, put some I-beams, PPM rods in it, threw it back together, and it's been going ever since. Rolls 1100 horsepower, 1300 horsepower.
That's sick. Awesome.
Like, it makes good power on a dyno, and then we turn it up obviously at the track.
Of course. And that's the thing, you don't need to wring their neck on a dyno for a number, eh? Some people law about it, but hey, like, oh, man, 1700 million horsepower. It's like, but it runs a 10-second at the track, who cares?
I get like sometimes there is a point to it, like closed loop boost control, you want to find it. But yeah, I think it's better just to leave it low and then turn it up when you're there.
Sure.
Ideally, you're only into it for a shorter period of time. Dyno's a really long run.
Yeah. And quite hard on the engine.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's such a long run.
Brother, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on another episode of In the Sheds. I look forward to seeing this thing out again sometime soon, hopefully at a Kender event.
Hopefully it'll be in Queensland.
Will it be a 275? I didn't even ask you, what tyre are you going to put on?
275.
So OG 275? Yes.
I don't know what the rules are.
So 460, anything faster than that is too fast, so breakout. But
So it's not body rules.
I think they do have a body rule. That would definitely fit OG.
Even though it's chassis, it doesn't. It's all steel glass.
Oh, yeah. Don't quote me on that. I'm not
I think Hellraiser runs.
Yeah,
That's.
you should be okay, but don't quote me on that. I don't want to be the person to give you wrong advice, but
But whatever I fit into, I'll race. But
I'd love to get in the lanes with you, bro. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Door to door would be
I'd
mad.
do it. I'd love it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Probably make a little bit more horsepower than me.
Just give me a head start, bro. I've seen this thing go.
Right.
I've seen this thing
My
go.
ass.
Nah, brother, awesome. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate
man.
it.
I hope I did good.
Nah, killed it, brother. Killed it. Actually, Rotton Olive. What was it? 𝐷𝐿𝐒.
Yeah, just look up Rotton Olive. It comes up on
Olive,
Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram. Yep,
Yeah.
cool. Awesome. I'll throw a bit of a
We've
plug
got
at the
merch
bottom.
as well.
Brother, get
Sell
them.
all
Where
that
do
there.
people buy it?
Just inbox me. We used to have a website up and
Yeah.
all that, but then just gave up on it.
Yeah, sure.
Now it's just better inbox me and
Slide into the DMs.
we'll just send them out.
Done. Perfect. Get on it. Get a shirt. I'm going to get one as well. We'll be rocking it for the next episode. Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.